NAHFCONNECTS for Africa and the world is here today at the Ghana Embassy, being privileged to be permitted by His Excellency, the Ambassador of Ghana. We have stopped introducing people by ourselves because there are a lot of social media scams, social media false information. So we usually allow this high-profile person to introduce himself to our worldwide audience. Ladies and gentlemen, in my presence today is a high-profile person, a man you would need to know, a scholar, an economist, a great African, a seasoned diplomat. He will introduce himself to you today, to our worldwide audience. Your Excellency, thank you very much for having us here today. Thank you very much for giving us this wonderful opportunity to meet you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. And we would love if you can introduce yourself to our worldwide audience. Who you are, briefly.
Well, my name is Ambassador Frank Okyere. I've been the Ghana ambassador to Japan for the past two and a half years. And I was a businessman, but I became part of our current president belief that we need to infuse new ideas into our diplomatic practices abroad by appointing people outside the normal circle of diplomats to help and bring in new ideas. So one of the reasons why I was appointed.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We are really happy to have you here. This is our first time of interviewing you on our NAHFCONNECTS high-profile interview. Let me start with the name Okyere. You mentioned it, but in my language, Igbo, we call it Okyere.
I know.
So I was wondering if you have some lineage in the Igbo sect and thereabout. It's Okyere in Igbo, but it's Okyere, like you pronounce right now. Right now I got the correct pronunciation.
Well, you see, along the west coast of Africa, from, let's say, even from Cameroon up to Senegal, you find that names are related.
Yes.
And it's like, I believe here in Japan, the accents in particular place will affect how a word is pronounced.
Exactly.
And this is what is happening in West Africa. You have people in Togo called Abla.
Yeah.
You go across to Ghana, it's called Abina.
Okay. Yes, I was considering, I say, wow, we always need good things in the Igbo sect. So if, for instance, we should come and ask you to come back and use your intellect to help the economy of...
Well, in my life, I met a lot of highly intellectual Igbos. And believe me, I don't think they have enough, they have given me enough space for me to get entry there.
Wonderful, sir. Let us know your first impression of Japan. I mean, we believe you have traveled to, many countries. You have been to many places. You studied in the UK. You've, have an ample of opportunity to travel to many countries. What's your first impression when you came to Japan?
Well, it was a pleasant surprise. Very well organized.
Yeah.
I mean, organized, I'm not talking in terms of a militaristic or any sort of dictatorship thing, but it appeared that people have a concerted idea what is good for their nation.
Good.
And they all work towards it.
Thank you.
To get to the airport and go through the baggage customs for less than 20 minutes in any country, that's a job well done.
Well done, yeah.
That I salute.
That's good.
And most countries, when we go to a pedestrian crossing, sometimes it's almost like
I know.
almost like a Russian roulette. But fortunately, it seems to be very well accepted here, and everything is very fine.
Good.
You learn to appreciate that kind of...
So your first impression of Japan is...
Oh, it's fantastic.
And this is your first time of coming to Japan?
Yes.
How long have you been here? You said 2 years.
Almost 2.5 yeyears.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Almost 2.5 years, right?
Yes, unfortunately, spoiled by the 2020 pandemic. which almost stopped everything.
It's really difficult thing. Of course, we will come to that point in the course of our interview.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to give you the opportunity to now sell Ghana today. Let the world know what Ghana can do and what Ghana can do. The questions are coming briefly. How have you been relating with the Ghanaian society in Japan, particularly on consular matters?
Well, okay. There's not too large Ghanaian population in Japan.
Yeah.
And one of the things I have to made up my mind to do when I first got here is to make sure that they realize that the embassy and the chancellery should be their second home.
Exactly.
And should be their point of call if there's any need which call for consular assistance, some social support, and also to keep them abreast with what's happening at home.
Exactly.
And also, we see them, those who are here, more almost like an export, because one way or the other, once a month, once a year, or maybe even Christmas time, this time of the year, they'll send something to their family.
Their parents,
yes,
their
family, yes. And then at the same time, some of them who have been a little successful in this country go back home and build houses, which helps Ghana to develop. And also they bring new ideas into the way we do things in Ghana.
Exactly.
So we see them as a very important part. The diaspora should be cultivated, they should be appreciated, and the embassy at any given opportunity should assist them whenever it's needed.
So there are no complaints, like in the case of the Nigerian embassy, where people complain that if they make calls that the embassy doesn't pick their calls, or probably, but we later found out that that is a misconception, because embassies are working, 3 times a week right now, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So most people will call on Tuesday and complain that embassy is not answering their call and is not attending to their needs. So I'm sure Ghana citizens abode here or living in Japan are satisfied with the consular matters in this embassy. There is no complaint from them at all.
Well, I have no or little knowledge of Nigerian embassy.
Yeah.
But I can assure you that I see my role here almost like a salesman selling Ghana.
Exactly.
And I have to sell it to my people here.
Exactly.
So whenever they need any help from the embassy, they should be able to assist. We have a 24 hours helpline on our website, where one person here has a phone number. Mobile phone was being given to him.
Okay, you created a hotline and you have a mobile phone number in case of emergency. Yeah, yes. For the citizens to make sure they access the embassy.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a good one.
And at the same time, when I came here, I had, within a space of 2 months, had a meeting for them to tell me what is their problem. Do they have a problem with the embassy? And then they were long, tall list.
I know.
But I believe 95% of that has been solved.
Yeah, human wants are insatiable, we know.
Oh, no.
Yes, so definitely you do your best.
Yes.
Yes, I receive a lot of compliments from Ghana people.
Don't let me get big-headed.
No, to be honest. Anyone I talk to, they tell me, oh, Mr. Okyere, I used to call you Okyere, okay, Mr. Okyere, he's a very good man, he's a very down-to-earth person. I mean, it's a good compliment, and we make research to know the person. Yes, we are really very happy about such news, and pray to God at least to make sure you stay. Yes, thank you. You had the privilege to move to the UK for your secondary and university education. I use the word privilege because not every African can get such opportunity. And then, at a tender age, you went to the UK, you studied, and then came back as a young, economist. Then going back to your, family lineage, then how do you think that helps in development of the SDG development of Ghana? How is your contacts overseas is doing that?
Well, you're right. It was a privilege.
Okay.
It was a privilege. My father could, at that time, afford to send me to England and to a private school. I came out of I would say, very reasonable education. And I saw it as my duty, that the benefit which I've gained by the time I spent in the UK, I should be able to take the good part of it back to my country and help my country.
Yes.
And I think that is one of the benefits of I could say, came from the education.
And one of the part of it is you coming here now, serving your country too. Is it?
Yes. I suppose that sort of created me in such a way that I could appreciate other things.
Exactly.
And absorb foreign things much more easily.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're not a novice to the whole system of the world at all.
No.
Someone who is just coming from, out in Africa to Japan for the first time. No. So you have seen the world from up to bottom, and then you have experienced both countries.
Yes.
So you are now here now to at least make sure you utilize those experiences that you've acquired.
Very much so. Very much so.
Good. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful.